And it's going to be the 2000s team off the tip.
Do you have a different position in terms of what you play, or do you usually...
It's great to be with you on a Monday. DH. The players love him. Thank you, David. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Pacers. On Wednesday, they'll take on Marc Gasol. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins.
And for the matchup with the Bulls, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. They've got Al-Farouq Aminu, also Biyombo out there. Mccollum is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Graham in at the point. And for the Pacers, we've got Moran. Enes Kanter is out there with Thomas Bryant. Then it's Tatum, and it's Brogdon in at the 2 guard. Now here's Bryant. Tatum deciding where to go with it. The pass to Brogdon. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Moran. He's covered by Aminu. Goes back up, and Bryant gets it to go.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Right wing. Graham, the pass to Butler. Over Tatum. And it's Butler missing. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Bobcats.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think, Greg, even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Graham. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Charlotte.
And also 3 steals. So he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. On the wing, Bryant. Shoots over Graham, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Around this time of year, lots of national broadcasted games, Doris. Does that impact the players, you think, in any way?
I certainly think the guys are aware of the nights they're on national television. Some guys relish, Kev, as you know, the opportunity to play on the big stage. So for the regular season, those nights where you know the entire country is watching, that's a big deal.
And here is Brogdon following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Indiana shooting their first free throw of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
A free throw off from Kanter.
What you love about Enes Kanter to me is every night he's capable of a double-double. He's an efficient low-post scorer and a determined rebounder. This guy can play now. Let's make no mistake.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Biyombo, the second chance points on the tip-in.
We call that persistence, folks. Bismack Biyombo is a force on the offensive glass.
Here's Moran. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
And remember, they won both games in this matchup last year. No small feat.
And these two teams could easily end up meeting to decide the NBA championship. Tonight could be a preview of something with more on the line down the road.
There's Morant. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. The quick look, no good that time. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
He hits the second from the line. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Moran. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Aminu.
And as good as Moran's been, there's still plenty of upside. One of the younger players to enter the draft in 2019.
Here's Graham. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Outside Butler. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. He feeds it to Graham. That one drops for him.
Well, this is why Butler has become a real threat on the offensive end. Yes, he's a great scorer, but he is equally capable and adept at finding the open guy.
Here's Moran. No good on the last second attempt there. So at the end of one quarter, the trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels.
Feelings are different for everybody, to tell you the truth.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchup defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
On the floor for Portland, Mccollum is out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's C.J. Mccollum. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Graham in at the point guard position. Now here's Brogdon, following the miss by C.J. Mccollum. Brogdon outside. Pass to Cantor. Shoots over Graham. And there's Enes Kanter on the assist from Brogdon.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
McCollum outside. Six on the shot clock. He kicks it to Aminu. Shoots. Graham with the bucket.
Now that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
Graham's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Moran passes to Cantor. Now here's Morant. Not a lot of room. Inside. And Cantor throws it down.
Well, you have to be effective in the screen and roll game if you're a big man in today's NBA. Cantor, when he's rolling with purpose, look out.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up. If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
There's 1:54 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Bryant, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call, Portland the foul. And Moran really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score, and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Now here's Butler. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Basket counts. Biyombo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, there's a physicality that you've got to deal with when Bismack Biyombo is determined to finish. That's nice.
And 1:01 left now here in the second. Here's Moran. And stolen by Graham. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here's Tatum. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Back to Cantor. Kicks to Tatum. Bucket is good. And the Pacers lead by 1.
Well, the increasing strength of Jason Tatum is making it harder to knock him off his path. That is nice.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Graham with the ball. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Lays it up and banks it in. Graham's got 6. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Indiana. They trail by 1. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for Indiana, we've got Malcolm Brogdon. Thomas Bryant is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Moran, and it's Tatum in at the 3, the small forward. Offensive rebound. And for Portland, they're shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. Graham dishes to Butler. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Here's Tatum. Pass to Bryant. Good, nice job down low. 8 points for him.
just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Graham. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
That one good for 2. And now it's a 3-point Indiana lead. Whereas, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Butler, no good.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Kanter, and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Kanter's got 8.
I love that Kanter will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Out left to the wing. Here's Graham. Trailblazers keep it alive. Here's Biyombo. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Morant with it. Al-Farouq Amino covering. Offline with the baseline jumper.
Boy, he cannot get anything to fall, but the teammates, boy, have they delivered.
Graham with the bucket. He's got 8.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now here's Morant. Graham defending. Kanter trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Morant.
They are just killing them on the interior. And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Butler on the wing. Over Tatum. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. And Cantor drops them both. Trailblazers trail by 3. And here is Butler. He has 6. Fires the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Butler's got 5 points now this quarter. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. And do not go. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Al-Farouq Aminu is out there with Jimmy Butler. And there's Bismack Biyombo. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Graham in at the point guard. 2 on the clock. Aminu. And it's off the back rim. No good. And Brogdon has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. To the left side wing. Cantor's shot is off.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Moran with the steal. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Pass to Morant. Brogdon outside. Now Morant. Shot clock at 6. Goes up at the stripe. Count that one. And the Pacers lead by 2.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, Greg. Keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Here's Graham. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Brogdon kicks to Morant. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. And Cantor able to finish.
Well, I'll tell you, Enes Kanter has proven he can dominate on the offensive end. What a skill set.
And for Portland, they're shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. And stolen by Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Well, what you love about Jimmy Butler to me is he can carry an offense. He can also affect the game with his high-level defense. That is the rarest of rare combinations.
Left side, Tatum. The 3. Aminu grabs the miss. Aminu's got his 5th rebound in this one. Butler passes to Aminu. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
I love the tenacity. Terrific move at a crucial point in this game.
That is not settling. That is going for a high percentage look at a critical time. Nicely done.
Good. That's 10 points for John Morant.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Graham surveying the floor. Sinks that one from the post.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Here's Moran. Biombo with the block.
Well, Biombo's calling card, right? A terrific shot blocker. Boy, put it in his vicinity. He's sending it back.
But they get it back. Graham dishes to McCollum. Count it!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
And Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And the Pacers call time here. They're down by 2. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Evan?
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, the crucial part of those free throws is that it now makes it a 2-possession game.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. There's 25 seconds left in the game. One second separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Moran missing. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, just knocking them down from the charity stripe, extending the lead. Simple basketball.
Brogdon outside. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Sometimes you just wonder, how did Moran see that guy? The vision is special.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
And here's Tatum for 3. Laces one from 3.
Man, you can get chills watching Jason Tatum want to deliver in the clutch.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 2. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now they foul and stop the clock. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. Now here's Moran. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.